Well, good day and welcome. Coaching for a Cause certification is here. Hey, Lisa, how you doing?
I'm doing great, Brad. How are you?
Fantastic. Now, as the board member responsible for Coaching for a Cause, you've been pretty hard at work getting ready for certification. Tell me a bit about what certification looks like, and well, even for those who don't even know the program, what is Coaching for a Cause?
Well, I am so excited about this program. When I first came on board to Action Coach a few years ago, I really saw this opportunity for Action Coach and the foundation to lead the way in regards to what we could do globally in coaching for a cause. So I'm excited that we're going to be able to meet with other coaches and share with them some things that I think have held them back in the conversations I've had with coaches.
Mm.
They don't feel that they have the vocabulary to be working with nonprofits. They think that there's a large difference. In fact, they get pushback from some nonprofit leaders saying, well, you don't really know if you're all business and for profit, right? Right?
Yeah,
Have you
yeah.
experienced that before, Brad? Have
And
you
yet
heard that?
every single coach that's done Coaching for a Cause knows they use the very same or very similar stuff that they use for their one-to-one clients with Coaching for a Cause. So certification then is really putting people through that training so they're now certified, and when they go in front of someone, they can show them the piece of paper and all that, but also have the confidence, I guess.
That's it. And the other thing is to have some cultural competency. I
Mm-hmm.
think once that they have an ability to understand the language and the why, when I talk to a lot of the coaches, I tell them that now more than ever, nonprofits, which I like to refer to as for impact, because we shouldn't be defining ourselves by what we don't do, but by what we do. We're for impact. But telling them that basically now is the time for them to have best business practices within their nonprofits.
Mm.
A nonprofit was created to, more times than not, fill a gap of a population that has been in need. And I have always said to the nonprofits I've worked with that it's irresponsible for you to be thinking about your clients only from the short-term end. You have to be thinking about the long-term impact and sustainability. That means best business practices.
Mm.
So we really want to inspire our coaches that they've got what nonprofits need for impact right now. And so I'd love to share with you some of the things that we're going to talk about at the workshop that ends up getting them accredited and their certificate.
Perfect. Just before we get to that, so if I want to make sure coaches realize, by the way, this isn't just for coaches. Clients who've been around a long term will ultimately be allowed to be certified. What is it like? Because if our clients are coaching nonprofits, our coaches are coaching not-for-profits, I think it gets our foundation out there to a lot more people.
Mm-hmm. I absolutely think it does too. I think we have, I would say that the impact from the foundation has been underdeveloped, right?
Mm.
And now more than ever, look at the last year and a half that we've encountered, and look at the millennials. That is the largest part of our workforce. If you look at the data, it says that they're impact driven.
Yeah.
They want to know that they're a part of something bigger than themselves and the work they're doing on a daily basis, and they're making an impact.
Yeah.
So this is a win-win across the board. And we have an opportunity to lead the way and make a difference. We've already been making a huge difference, but to a population and a sector that we would otherwise be looking, thinking that we're not a match for, well, we have some great things.
It's interesting to me, the number of coaches who started with Coaching for a Cause doing their volunteer client who've actually picked up other clients that are not for profits or for impact out there in the marketplace that are paying clients now because they now know how to coach that group. Now, if we go to the agenda, I think the most important thing I think in the agenda is actually how to get those people to apply for it. But what else is on the agenda?
So we're going to give some background information on nonprofits. I call it like Nonprofit 101.
Mm-hmm.
Then we're going to talk about the seasonality of nonprofits, what's important for you to know in their budget cycles of where they will be funding some things and not funding things. Having a for impact mindset, again, as opposed to the nonprofit mindset. And then we're going to look at things that, I'll be honest with you, most board members don't know. In my experience, 2 decades working with over 9 nonprofits, the roles and responsibilities of a board member, right?
Yeah.
So that they have an idea of what it is that a board member is charged with doing. And then we're also going to look at a little bit of fundraising 101. And then look at something called a collective impact model as well, so that they have some tools, they have language, they feel that they have made progress in their cultural competency. And as you said, they can have confidence walking into that board of directors meeting and saying, hey, I'm the right person to be working with you, and I'm going to help you create a plan, a pathway forward for long-term impact and sustainability.
Now, training takes how long, the certification?
So this first one is going to be 8 a.m. to noon Pacific Standard Time on October 29th. So it's 4 hours. In addition to what I just mentioned on the agenda, we're also going to have some interviews with coaches that have been doing this for a long time and very successful, so that we're able to really get some substantive experience from them. And then Karen is going to lead us in what tasks we need to do as coaches to be carrying through on our commitment of being a Coaching for a Cause coach.
Fantastic.
So it's comprehensive. That 4 hours, you're going to get a lot out of it. And it's going to be the major stepping stone you need for moving forward as a Coaching for a Cause coach.
Yeah, it's interesting because when we looked at the agenda, we said, in a live scenario, you'd have to do this for 8 hours just because you got lunch breaks and all that. But in this, we can pack it in. So fantastic use of time. Lisa, thanks so much for leading Coaching for a Cause. I can't wait to see the training happen, and let's get as many coaches and clients certified out there as we can.
You got it, Brad. I'm with you. Let's lead the way in Coaching for a Cause.